That's the hooter to start the deciding match in the women's 18 division here. Australia with the kick-off, New Zealand bringing it out of their half now. It's a nice ball there. Glenda Unga from New Zealand, getting them up close to the halfway. Bit of a netball pass there over the top. And some nice little footwork there from the New Zealand. Their number 3 there, Rona Letitia Farafara. And it's a handover. Nice defence from the Australians there. New Zealand just closing the gap on defence there. It's a penalty here for Australia. First penalty of the match. That's a nice little hole there for the Australian side there. Kelsey Clark ran into a lovely little hole there. Ooh, that was a little bit messy from the Australians, just in this right corridor here, getting a little bit in each other's way. Oh, and could we have a first try here? Yes, it is. It looks like a try to me here. Australia will score the first try. In match 5, the deciding match. That's 1-0 to Australia.
Well, Rusty, good start for the girls in the Australian side. Just going through now their situation in the girls' 18s.
All, I believe.
Australia won the first game 11-8. New Zealand won the next two 2-9 or 9-2 and 6-5, and then Australia got up in the last one in a very close one, 3-2. So again, this one probably goes down to the wire.
A mistake from New Zealand, giving Aussie the opportunity with the big break downfield. Courtney Sullivan, can she do it? Yes, she can. Look dubious on the put down though, just got to check the grounding. And that's a try. Courtney Sullivan there. Goes the length of the field. Score Australia's second try. And giving Australia the 2-0 lead. What an opening from the Australian under-18s there. New Zealand looking a little bit shell-shocked. The bench is in absolute silence right now. Stunned silence, the New Zealanders. Brilliant start to Australia.
And this grandstand behind us too, Rusty, is certainly filling up with the Australian players that have finished in their divisions up on the top fields, and they're all coming back down and they're all sitting behind us as I look around, and that will certainly fill up during this game.
Yeah, we can be expecting a bit of oi pretty soon, I'd imagine.
And a few of the Kiwis are starting to come back and fill up the tent city on the other side, but still, a few of them over. I look over my right shoulder, they tend to take over the right-hand side of the grandstand, and the Aussies are taking over the left-hand side of the grandstand.
Away again. Just a desperation tag there by their cover defender.
So on the attack, they've got an overlap here if they can get it out. One more pass, one wide. No, couldn't get it out to young Renee Kalatanotis. And she goes in and scores. Just as I try and pronounce her name, Renee goes in and scores a try to take the Aussies now to a 3-0 lead early in this first half for the girls under 18s.
Yeah, that was great work from Australia there, and she just showed a clean pair of heels scoring that try.
Hang on, what's happening here? Something's happening. Something's happening. Now, what is happening? Now, obviously, that wasn't awarded a try. Why wasn't that awarded a try? I missed something. And one of the girls has picked it up from New Zealand and run the length of the field while all the Aussie girls were going back on side, preparing for a kick-off. I thought the Kiwi girls were running up for a quick kick-off. So I've missed it. Yeah, big whack there, so there's a penalty. And a quick tap taken, and she's allowed the quick tap to go. We're along a lot of it today. We've seen the referees hold it up a sec. But boy, I've got to find out what happened there with that try. We dead set thought Renee had scored from Australia. So the score still stands 2-0 Australia. New Zealand on the attack. No, tagged again. Close. Diving, desperation. So the girls, New Zealand girls pass it out wide, and the Aussies move up in a straight line, don't break the defensive line. And called tag, and that's a changeover. One of the Aussie girls is hurt.
Aussie girls
Number
got
10, it's Courtney Sullivan, and she's coming off. I think she's holding a hand or her arm and said it's not good. Looks like a wrist. She's hurt her wrist. Anyway, the Aussie girls now with the ball. That's Michaela Malaki. No. They've unfortunately ruled a knock on against the New Zealand girl as she dived on that ball. So the Aussies get the ball back inside the Kiwis' half. On the attack. Easy meters there up the middle and gets the ball away. Still play on. The number 12 dives. Oh, geez, knocked over. That'll be a penalty. That was more like a game of footy, mate. She got tackled.
Kelsey Clark. So I had it down for that second try for Australia. As I was marking it down, it looked like New Zealand went back upfield and the try was disallowed, but we'll have to get clarification on that at half-time there, Billy.
Yeah, it certainly got me beat because we actually watched her dive and put the ball down. Whether they believe she dived and put it down before the line, that's the only thing I can think of. It's the only reason why you would be allowed to pick the ball up and run.
Australia have the numbers here.
So a little bit of a gap there for the Aussies, but it was closed very quickly. Now as our long passes out left. And there is a big overlap on the left on this last play if they go there. A little bit slow off the ruck. Passing wasn't as crisp as it needed to be. But she's got through. Number 3. And that is Taylor Holcomb. She just swiveled the hips. There was nowhere to go, but she went through, swiveled the hips. They missed the tag. And she goes in and scores.
Yeah, I saw the overlap they had on that left edge there too, Billy, and I thought that the half had cancelled it out by using a cutout pass straight out to their winger, but she used her footwork. She came back inside the defenders and backed herself and scored the 3rd try for Australia, and opening up a big lead now for Australia with 3-0. Oh, and a little fumble there. A little reprieve for the New Zealanders here, and an opportunity now with a new set starting on the Australian 10-metre line. Splendor Unga for New Zealand there. And a nice little turn on the heels, little grubber for herself, but gives away position on the second, and there was a silly play really there. So they're being penalised there. Closing the gap, New Zealand here. Just got to watch themselves here. They don't want to let themselves get frustrated. They start giving away penalties. Australian girls here just content just to control it. Look to get yardage and get out of their half and hopefully get a kick away with that. That wind now has changed and Australia is now going into a headwind. It's turned around from this morning and yesterday's prevailing wind. And the New Zealand girls haven't yet used that advantage of that tailwind yet. They want to be kicking down to that right corner when they do get it. But Aussie here looking to calmly and confidently finish the set. The little grubber. It's nice work from Australia there just to play it into touch. New Zealand now turning the subs, getting some fresh legs on to try and work out of their zone. Put some pressure back on Australia. New Zealand here working up towards halfway. And there.
Well, a little bit of push and shove there. Shannon Keevers was the Aussie marking up. And I didn't quite get who the New Zealand player was, but she took exception to her, and so she just dropped the shoulder in and gave her a bit of a nudge. And the referee was all over it very quickly and said that's not going to happen. So, giving away the penalty in their own half, allowing the Australians to go straight on the attack. And they do through Michaela Malaki there. She takes a tap, puts her tags back on, but she's given the penalty offside. So Malaki waits for the ref. She says go. Takes the tap. And runs up with a straight out settle. Easily picked off. Right, the girls go left now. Back inside movement. That was nice. Back to Tammy Laws. So they come to the right. Tammy Laws. Nice hands. Cut out pass to the winger. She dives this time. Tags are on. And the touch judge indicates to the referee that it was a forward pass. Wow. Well, I'm not going to argue because we've got a bit of an angle here, but it looked all right to me. The touch judge was right there. Tough call, but you live with it. So, the New Zealand girls now with all the work to do, running it out off their line. 10 metres out from their own line, 10 metres in from touch. They go back towards centre field with a one-off pass. Settle up the middle and gets through. Still going. It was Jodie Rear on that last play. Just picked up a number then to identify because it was nice play. And now the girls are on the attack again. This is all right. Tanika O'Brien just can't get him past on that last one. So some good offloads again by the Kiwi girls. But shut down there, and we have got... What we've got is the Aussies are taking the tags and then throwing it up into the wind, and the wind is getting it. And the referee said we're not having any of that. So a good penalty. And it puts the Kiwi girls back on the attack. They come left. Show and go. By Shannon Maru. Now they go wide again to the right. Two passes, but the Aussie girls get up straight up in their face and shut them down. Now with a wraparound, comes back to the left. That was nice. It was something else by Anzia Singh. Now a little back inside, dive, that looks good. That looks classy from Shannon Maru. She goes through, takes an inside pass and dives from about 3 metres out, puts herself about a metre into the air and straight over and scores a try. And that now brings our score 3-1 Australia.
We will confirm that score at half-time. We just had a bit of a controversial second try there. We just got a clarification on that. But as it stands, it is 3-1 to Australia, but we will confirm at half-time. Ball taken nicely by Glenda Unga. And the New Zealand's confidence is buoyed by that try. He is looking a little bit more upbeat now. That kick straight to the Australian sweeper, dropping back there. There's a break by the Australian number 14 here. Bit of footwork there. There's good work from Chelsea Winder. Oh,
no, that'll be a knock on.
Number 9 for Australia there. Keely Davies just unable to bring in that pass. And there we go, the penalty going back to New Zealand here.
Rusty just confirming it is 2-1. Just had some message that that ball was put down short, and therefore the Kiwi girls were allowed to pick it up and go, and it's 2-1 Australia.
Well, there we go. We weren't sure on that second try, but we have had confirmation that it was not awarded. So New Zealand here still very close here, just a 1-point margin in this deciding match for the under-18 women's division. Aussie with a slender lead of 2-1 at the moment.
And on the run again. Number 13 there, Philippa Smith Pariah.
Final here. Disappointing into their set there for New Zealand.
So, pass to a girl with no tags on. So that was Chelsea, our try scorer.
It's nice footwork by the Australian coming out of dummy half there. The number 20 for Australia, Elizabeth Brown. No. It's 20, there's no 20.
No.
We'll,
well, we apologise for that, but when we call the Australian girl number 20, we don't have a 20 on our team list. So we'll try and find out who she is in the half-time break, but at the moment we'll just have to refer to her as number 20.
New Zealand keeping their ball alive there, coming out of their half now. And the Aussie defence pressing up. And they're giving away another penalty, the Australians here. They've got to stop the leaking here. They've given away 3 in a row now. They've got to really just sharpen up in their marker defence especially, and just stop closing the tackle, or the gap up rather. And it could have easily been another penalty there as well. They're lucky not to be penalised there. Australia there give the possession back on the halfway. New Zealand there with the pass being unable to be secured by the runner coming onto the ball off the left wing. And Aussie now inside New Zealand half. And play the ball too. With Tyler Vukovkin, she's looking dangerous on that left edge for Australia.
So here's a chance. Oh, there's one of the girls being knocked over. She gets up, she's okay. It was the number 20, hard knock.
Nice cover defence by LaSalle Lafaule. Nice cover there.
Build a gap until the dog come out.
You don't have her on our sheet. Jay.
She's down as 15 on the sheet.
Okay, they're right.
So we've just got that fixed up. Our number 20 is Jay Withers. Jay Withers is wearing the 20 for Australia. Just copped a hard knock a couple of minutes back.
Anzia Singh there with a very poor kick, but they managed to get position back here. And they break down the right side. And Australia will go to half-time with a 2-1 lead in the deciding match of a 5-match series. Results with 2-2 coming into the deciding match today. And Australia with a slim advantage at half-time, leading 2-1. And the New Zealand girls now with a real task ahead, a real challenge in the second half, going into the win now. They didn't really take advantage of that tailwind in the first half, which I'm sure the Australians will, Bill.
They will, Rusty, and on that, mate, we're just going to take a quick break because I've brought you down a cup of coffee, and we'll